Hello guys, hope you're all alright. So today we're going to be making some Jammy Dodger Blondies. Blondie, a bit like a brownie, sort of crossed with a cookie almost. Dead delicious, easy to make, great for the you little ones to make this whilst you're not at school. So we'll crack on. And to start with, we've got 200 grams of butter. We're going to put this in my saucepan. I'm going to melt it on a low heat. You might want to get an adult to help you with the heat because it can get very hot and we don't want you to burn yourself. Okay, so my butter is all melted now, so now we're going to add some sugar and make it really gooey. So you can see my butter is all melted. I'm going to turn the heat right down. And here I've got 250 grams of soft light brown sugar. I'm going to pop that in. Here I've got 100 grams of light brown muscovado sugar, and this is the sugar that's going to make it all gooey and nice. Pop that in. Stir that all up. And in here I've got 200 grams of white chocolate chips, but I'm only going to put half of these in with the sugar and the butter, and we're going to melt the chocolate in there as well. Keep the other half and we're going to put that through the mix when we add the flour later on. So keep it on a low heat, remember to get help if you need it. Stir in the chocolate and the sugar until all the chocolate has melted in nice. So I've been mixing mine now for a couple of minutes, and you can see it's all melted together. All the butter is melted in as well, all mixed up, and I've got this nice gooey caramel looking sauce. And we're just going to leave that to cool for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to add some eggs to it. So turn the heat off, we're done with that now. Leave that to cool and we'll come back and we'll put some eggs in. So it's been about 10 minutes now, so next we're going to mix in the rest of the stuff. We're going to start with the eggs, but first we're going to scrape all the stuff from the pan into a nice big mixing bowl. Scrape it all out. And next we're going to add 3 eggs. If you use a small bowl and just crack your eggs in one at a time. That was noisy. And crack them into the small bowl first. And then if you get any eggshell in, you can pick it out before you put it into the big mixing bowl. So pop 1 egg in and whisk all that in. Use an electric whisk if you've got one like I've got here, or you can just use a wooden spoon and beat really hard. Once the first egg is mixed in, crack another egg, put that in, mix it all up, and then with the third egg, crack that in as well, mix that all up until all 3 eggs are all mixed in nicely. Once you've got all the eggs mixed in and it's all nice and gooey, we're going to add some vanilla. Now if you've got vanilla essence in a little liquid tube, then you just need about 1 teaspoon. If you've got vanilla paste, like I have, you just need about 1/3 of a teaspoon, not very much at all. If you haven't got any at all, don't worry, it's still going to taste scrummy. So here's my vanilla. Plop that in. And then I've got 275 grams of plain flour. I'm going to add about half of that and put the mixer back in and mix it all up. Okay, I hope you didn't make too much mess because we're going to add some more flour now. Put the rest of the flour in, going to mix all that up. So once you've mixed all the flour in, next you want to take a spoon, or if you've got one of these, a rubber spatula. Get that, scrape around the sides of the pan to get all the flour off the edges, scrape that all in and mix that all in as well. So now that's all mixed up together, looks nice and gooey like this, and we're going to add the rest of the chocolate. Remember, we only used half of it. We're going to put that in and mix that all in, and then the fun bit with the biscuits. So I'm going to open these up, and I'm just going to break a few, crush them up with your fingers and put them inside as well. Pull all the jam apart, it's going to be gooey. So in my mix I've put 4 Jammy Dodgers, mix all that up together. Then we need to get the baking tray ready. I've already put my oven on, it's on about 190 degrees. Well, that's gas mark 6. Again, get an adult to help you if you need help. So I've got a big tin like this. This is 20 centimeters by 30 centimeters. And also a big piece of parchment paper. Now, what we want to do with this is just screw it all up. And then we're going to run it under some water and get it all nice and soggy. Be careful not to rip it. And then we'll pull it apart and it will be nice and soft and really easy to work with. So once it's all wet, squeeze all the water out of it over the sink, and then it's nice and soft. But be careful not to rip it. So now we're going to put this into the tin. Press them down carefully. Remember, you don't want to rip it. And once it's in as best as you can get into all the corners, then we're going to pour our mix in. Yummy. Scrape all around the sides of the bowls. You don't want to miss any. Once you've got it all in the tin, just use your spoon and spread it all around to get into all the corners, and so it's all nice and smooth and flat on top. And then we're going to put some more Jammy Dodgers on top. So I've got a few more Jammy Dodgers. We're going to put some on whole. Just press them in, just nice and lightly. And I'm also going to break some more biscuits up. Pull all that jam apart. And just put some broken biscuits on top as well. And then, once you've done, should look something like this. Whoop. And we're going to pop it in the oven. It's going to take about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Get someone to help you to put it in the oven. You don't want to burn yourself, it's very hot. And we'll come back again in about 25 minutes and hopefully we'll have some scrummy brown blondie. It's called Blondie. But yeah, it's going to be dead tasty. Okay, so it's been nearly half an hour. My blondie is ready. You can see it's got nice and brown on top. I'm just going to leave that to cool down for a couple of hours. We want it proper cold before we cut it up. I'm off. Going to take my little doggy for a walk and we'll come back and cut this up. And here we go, guys. This is the blondie all cut up. Looks delicious, nice and squidgy inside. So yeah, recipes at the end. Give it a go, send me your pictures, tell me what you think.